on with YouTube. I really don't. I think this is just silly. Um, you cut me off 4 times in an hour on a video. That just seems ridiculous on the surface of it, and I don't understand what their thinking is. I'm sure it's not part of their thinking. I'm sure it's something to do with something else, but I gotta say, this is just really frustrating to me, and I am going to let YouTube know about it one way or another. And I'm not sure how you communicate with YouTube, quite honestly, because they're hidden behind so many layers of corporate BS that you can't hardly talk to anybody. But I will see what I can do. I might even do a video that says "What's up with YouTube cutting off our channel feeds." That might be the video I put up. And if it is, I hope you all go on there, and I hope you all like on it. And maybe if we raise a little fuss, YouTube will look into it and do something about it rather than just ignore us. So, for those of you that are listening, I'm going to try and put up a video about what happened today. And if you guys would go and like and subscribe and share it with others. Sharing is really important on a video like that. If you share it and they see that starting to go around, they will address the issue. If nobody responds to it, then they won't respond to it either because they just figure it's just more flack. I mean, after all, they got millions and millions of videos going up on their site every day, and they only pay attention to the ones that deserve attention. So, if you do see my video that I do later on today about getting kicked off of YouTube, getting the videos closed up over and over again, this is the fourth. This is now I've been kicked off 3 times today. This is the fourth video just trying to get a bowl finished because they keep kicking us off after like 10-15 minutes. It's not even like it's a long time. So I don't know what the heck to make of it. But if you're a friend of the channel, or if you want to be a friend of the channel, or whatever you want to do, I would really appreciate you going down and maybe making comments in my video so that YouTube pays attention to it. That would be really, really, really helpful. So I will try and put that up later today. Right now I'm dealing with that crack in here again. Getting that finally finished off. Okay. We will rub that in. And this will finish off the bowl for us. I'm bound and determined to finish this bowl for you guys today, or at least get it as close as I can for all of you sticking in there with me. I do appreciate it. But damn, YouTube. Come on, I'm doing a good job here. The channel's really, really growing. We're adding hundreds of subscribers every week. And I've had 700 or 600,000 plus viewers in the last 4 weeks to my videos. And I think bringing over 500,000 viewers to your channel should count for something, but it's hard to do when they cut you off all the time. Feel free to hit the like button here, guys. Even if you hit the like button before, please hit the like button again on this one. And if you haven't subscribed, and sorry for my ranting, but again, this is the fourth time I'm on my fourth video in an hour and 15 minutes because they keep shutting us off. And for no reason. I'm not violating anything. I'm not doing anything. It's not like I get a little notice that says, hey, you're in copyright violation or something like that. It just stops running. It's not my video machines. It's nothing to do on my end. I've got perfectly good Wi-Fi connection. I got in fact, I got an excellent Wi-Fi connection. But for some reason, YouTube keeps kicking us off. Okay, so I'm trying to make that crack mostly disappear. What do you think? Can you see that now? For those of you that have been hanging around with me, what do you think? This is where well, I'll let you see it, but there's where the crack is. But now it looks like it's just part of the swirl here. And it doesn't, get a little closer. It's not really an indentation anymore. It's flat. We will buff that out with a little bit better sanding here. And it should just about disappear entirely. If you didn't know there was a crack there, you will not know now. And that's how we make cracks disappear in our bowls. And you saw how big these cracks were. We have resolved most of that issue. In fact, that's smooth to the touch. You can't even feel it. We'll get this end grain just a little bit here. That's good. And we'll do a little bit. One more here. Oops. Runaway sandpaper. We try and keep a positive attitude in the shop as much as we can. Even though there's times when I'd like to just throw this bowl right across the room. Or my YouTube or my computer. But we try and keep a positive attitude in here. Because things like cracks are just opportunities, right? They're just opportunities to learn. For the number of cracks that were on the outside and inside of this bowl, I think we've done a pretty good job. So let me get that cleaned out. In fact, I'm going to use the vacuum on that. Excuse me a second. I'm going to use the vacuum on that just to kind of get that cleaned out a little. And we'll start putting a finish on this. Got a lot of sawdust here. Love this vacuum cleaner. It really does a good job. Okay. All right. Save the rest for later. Vacuuming is kind of my therapy a little bit. Hi, Said. Hi, Mario. Sorry you retracted your message, but whatever it was. Comments are welcome in here, so please feel free to comment. Please feel free to like and subscribe. We do appreciate those. All those likes do come in handy It lets the YouTube know that they're screwing up when they don't when they cut us off. They're cutting off people that are actually enjoying what they're watching. Because they're not just cutting me off, they're cutting you off. And you don't get a chance to watch. But here you go. Now you can see what the inside's going to look like as I start to put the finish in here, or put the tung oil in here, anyway. Yeah, there's that nice golden color, and go with the red color. And the wood will just soak this up. Oh, got a couple of, here we go. Okay, I'll give a little bit more in here. Let's get on that outer edge. And this just starts protecting the wood and keeping it from wanting to move and crack more or whatever, because it's getting nourishment. It's sucking this in to the fibers, and they get into the tung oil gets into the fibers, and it will harden in the fibers. It goes down into the wood and hardens in the fibers, so you don't have to worry about hardening on the surface so much. It does it on the fibers. Then you can go back and put a finish on it also on the outside. But what this is doing is it's going to harden the wood, kind of makes it stronger. So now you can see what the final piece is going to look like. And hopefully we got this done. They haven't cut us off yet, thank God. Okay. And I think while I'm here, I'll go ahead and do another coat on the outside too, since it likes it a lot. And it also needs it on the bottom here, come to think of it. We'll do the outside. And it kind of, tung oil tends to self-level also. If it stops soaking in, you wipe off the rest after a few minutes. You give it maybe 15, 20 minutes to soak in. And if it hasn't soaked in, you can wipe off the rest or rub it out. And like I said, and then you can go ahead and go back and put a whatever finish you want to put on it. This can be a foundation for a finish. You can even do a final very high grit sanding in between to kind of smooth out any surfaces. Wow, already dried up on this end grain again. As fast as I paint it, it just disappears like a straw. Just goes right in. It goes. Here we are on the other side, same thing. Okay, I'm gonna get this back side here. Do a little bit more of that after I've taken and unmounted it and everything, but for the moment we'll at least get one on there, get one coat. Okay, so there we are. Now I'm just turning this with my hand knob back here. On my Laguna, I took and added a larger knob on the backside, so I have something bigger from a big hand to grab onto, and it really helps me control this a lot more than the small handle that was on there to begin with. Um, and that's a really it's just you can modify your tool to work best for you, and that's really kind of the key. There is the height that you need it, the the position that you need things. Lathes, like any other tool, are a very personal thing. I mean, I really like having a lathe where all my controls are right here, right next to my left hand. So if I'm turning something and something goes wrong, boom, I can go right there to the stop. I don't have to reach down here or down over here with my tool hand. I've got my free hand to do that. So I always like the tools to be on my left hand side and right there where I can control them right away. I think that's a good safety feature. Some put the stops down here. I don't like that unless it's one where you can hit it with your hip. There are some that you can hit with your hip, so you don't even need your hand, and you get used to using that one, and that's a good method also. There's different styles, and you get what you become accustomed to. Yeah, that's a nice finish. There's no cracks or anything in that. That's starting to look pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay. There will probably be a couple more coats of this tung oil eventually on here, but we're going to let this one go for now. I think I can go ahead and take this off the off of here. Let's see. There we go. Got it off. And now you can see the bowl on the inside. So you can see that okay. I'll kind of bring it around so you can see the outside of it. Still got to do the bottom here. But yeah, that's pretty good. I like that quite a lot. Could have gone a little bit thinner here on the sides, and yeah, I may still go do that. The nice thing about a recessed tenon, and you can see this is what was holding it on, but a recessed tenon is I can just put this back on. I can get the blades back on. I can go thinner here. I can do anything I want with this bowl. I was more concerned with the cracks. As you can see, it had the crack on the bottom here too, which I need to finish sanding up just a little bit. That's the bottom of that same crack, and it was going right through this this miter. So I had to make sure that the jaws were pushing here and not in here, so that they weren't spreading it apart. They were just putting even pressure on both sides of it. But I can finish off this backside a little bit, sand it down. That'll go away. In fact, I can do that right now. As a matter of fact, come to think of it, I can sand some of that away right now. That'll go away. And as you can see, there it goes. I get a little bit of cleanup. This will not even not even really know that there was a crack there. It will be all taken care of. Okay. As the battery dies on my sand, some sawdust. There we go. All right. And we've got a little bit of still work to do there, but I think you get the idea. It's going to be pretty nice, I think. Pretty nice bowl. It will end up being more shiny. I'll probably put a gloss finish on this, or a buffed gloss finish on this. And it'll probably go for $25 or so in sale, maybe a little bit more. What do you guys think? What would you pay for that? Hi, Rom, 3 times. Hi, Bev. What would you guys pay for this, huh? In American dollars, I guess is the way to put that. But what would you say that would be worth in about American dollars? It's a good utilizing bowl. You can put fruit in it. It's let's see. I can give you measurements here. In inches, it's about 8.5 inches. The interior is about 7.5, well, just under 7.5 inches, and it's about probably 4 inches deep. Yeah, about 4 inches deep, exactly. So it's a good size utility bowl. It's very light. This probably weighs, I don't know, 8-9 ounces, maybe a little bit more. Very, very light, and it'll have a nice long life. It's another bowl from my neighbor's yard. He took down a sequoia tree in his yard. It was about 60, 70 feet tall, 5 feet across. And so I made a bowl for him. I made a nice big bowl for him and his wife, and they really appreciate that. I always like to make bowls for people that provide wood for me. It's kind of a giving back. So, anybody else got a comment? If you'd like to, please like and subscribe here. I really appreciate that. This is the fourth video this morning because the other three got cut off by YouTube. So, if you want to see the process here, actually, if you want to see the process, you probably have to go back to the one we did on Friday. But if you want to see the process here, watch the other three videos when I get them posted later today. But we're going to find out why YouTube keeps cutting us off. I'm not sure why they cut us off so many times because I had a lot of you guys watching, and it's really kind of a shame to all of you to put your time in to watch me do this, and then have that happen. And I don't think you appreciate it, and I don't appreciate it. So we'll talk about it. This is going to be my next project. Put this one up here. It's going to be my next project. This is a piece of walnut. It's got a beautiful, beautiful color to it. And it's a bowl I turned earlier, and I wanted it to kind of sit, and it kind of warped on me, which I wanted it to do. It was going to warp out this way just a little bit. And now that it's done, I need to remount it. Now, the problem is I did not put a proper I put a regular tenon on this, which I cut off later. And in the warping process, as you can see, it became kind of concave. So part of the process here is how do I remount this? Well, I might have to remount it using a hot glue. So I'm in the process of trying to figure that out, but let me grab a piece of wood here. I take a board like this and I have hot glue. Well, this one already had hot glue on it, but you put hot glue on it and you stick it on here so that it's nicely held, and then you can mount it up on here on the lathe and turn it again. And you have to be a little bit careful because the only thing holding is the hot glue. But with the hot glue on, it usually holds pretty well as long as you don't overstress it. And I'm not banging this thing. I'm just going to be kind of finishing it out. It does have some beautiful color, that nice walnut color in it, but it does need to be resurfaced. This was a little bit hinky, and maybe resurface the inside. So if anything, I may just be using it to hold it on. I don't know. I may just try and sand it without it. I don't know. But I want to bring that color back up on here and see what that would look like. Let me see here. See what that would look like if we clean the surface up a little bit. And it's nice and smooth, I will say that. I mean, it's pretty shiny. It's pretty smooth to the hand. It feels pretty good. But it's just kind of a little bit mottled here, and I wanted to see if I can show you here. I want it to kind of shine through. You can see how even just that little bit of tung oil brightens it up just a little bit. Okay, so if we can resurface this, take a little this checking out here, resurface it, and then reseal it, I think we'll have a much nicer looking bowl that can then sell. It was fun turning. This is a walnut. It's a good wood to turn, but it's also a tough wood to turn. So when you're turning walnut, you kind of wrestle with it a little bit as you go. But see the difference here between that. This is the other side without that surface on there. Here's with it on there. Okay. So just a little bit of tung oil alone just kind of makes it pop up a little bit more. And hopefully you can see that. So that'll probably be one of my projects I'm working on in the next couple of days. You always have to have plenty of projects in your shop. I don't know about the rest of you, but I have, oh, let's see, I got about 25 or so of them sitting over here. Here's another one that needs a little bit of more work. This one's ash, and it's an interesting wood, but I don't like the finish. I like this. I like this eyeball here that was in the wood, but I want to finish this off. So we'll be doing a few more videos in the next couple of days. I'm going to be starting my live on at noon next Thursday instead of at 3 o'clock like I normally do. So we'll be doing noon videos in the future. So come and join us on Thursday. If you haven't hit the like button, please do, or subscribe, and I will talk to you all then. Thank you very much for watching.